In the journey of love, real strength doesn't come from controlling your partner, it comes from mastering yourself. This is the secret the ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca lived by. Many men think they need to constantly please or prove themselves to a woman to keep her from leaving. But a Stoic man knows the real power in love is not in controlling her feelings, but in controlling your own mind and actions. 1. Fear of loss plus Stoic detachment. The first truth every Stoic man must master is the fear of loss. We've all felt it, that nervous feeling that if you don't act perfect, she might walk away. Or even when you're kind and loving, she still doubts you. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic teachers, wrote in his Enchiridion, "Freedom is not about having everything. It's about accepting that even if you lose everything, you remain whole." Stoic detachment is not about being cold or avoiding love. It's about accepting reality. You can't control another person's feelings or decisions, but you can control your own perspective. If she says, "Maybe I'd be better with someone else," it's not your job to beg or prove your worth. Your job is to quietly show that you are not afraid to lose her, because you know your value even without her. Marcus Aurelius said in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So when fear rises, ask yourself, what do I control right now? You control your self-respect. You control your choice to remain calm. You control the ability to say, "If you love me, you will not doubt me. If you don't, I will not force myself on you." This is not easy. In our culture, women often connect love with certainty and reassurance, but a Stoic man does not replace her fear with his own fear. Instead, he becomes a pillar of calm, quiet, strong, and steady. Seneca said, "The strongest way to love is with all your heart, without losing yourself." So remember, a woman's fear of losing you is not her weakness. It's a challenge for you. When you remain calm, not because you don't care, but because you know you can live no matter what happens, you become the kind of man she respects and cannot easily leave. A Stoic man's strength is not in suppressing emotions, it's in guiding them with reason. Where others react, he reflects. Where others break under pressure, he stands firm. 2. Emotional reasoning. Schöpfungslos Stoic logic. The second trait to master is bringing emotions under the light of logic. Often, when a woman feels hurt or upset, her decisions are driven by emotion rather than facts. Epictetus once said, "It's not the situation that troubles us, but our opinion of it." This doesn't mean her feelings are wrong, it means a Stoic man uses reason like a lantern in the dark. Example, if she says, "Don't you have time for me anymore?" Don't instantly defend yourself. Instead, ask, "What's the real message here?" Maybe she fears losing connection with you. Use the Stoic pause before reacting. Ask questions, listen without judgment, but stay true to your principles. Seneca said, "Anger is an empty wind. If you don't let it in, it will pass." Emotions are like waves. They rise and fall. But your respect for yourself and for her must remain steady. Marcus Aurelius taught, "When you choose not to be controlled by another person's emotions, you hold the highest form of power. You're not her emotional hostage. You become her safe space." 3. Validation seeking plus Stoic self-worth. The third trait, dealing with the need for constant validation. Many women seek approval on social media, from friends, or from you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It's easier to seek light from others than to kindle it within yourself." But a Stoic man knows his worth doesn't depend on likes, praise, or other people's opinions. If she keeps asking for your attention, don't see it as your failure. It's a test. Will you make her insecurities the center of your world, or will you guide her toward her own light? Epictetus said, "Don't let what others think of you define how you see yourself." Instead of saying, "Don't worry, you're beautiful," point to her achievements. "I saw how you overcame that challenge before. Why doubt yourself now?" Use Stoic reflection. Help her see her own strength. As Seneca wrote, the greatest gift in love is helping someone become whole, without making them dependent on you. 4. Subtle tests. Stoic decoding. The fourth trait is understanding subtle tests. indirect ways women measure your strength. This could be sarcastic remarks, passive-aggressive comments, or the silent treatment. Seneca reminded us, wisdom is seeing the reason behind anger. A Stoic man doesn't get pulled into these traps, he looks for the fear behind the behavior. If she gives you the silent treatment, don't beg or explode in anger. Instead, respond with calm action. I'm here when you're ready to talk, then go on with your life. Marcus Aurelius said, when something blocks your path, make it your path. The message you send, she can't destroy your peace. But remember, these tests aren't games. They're signs of her need for security. Epictetus taught that fear drives people to look for a wall to lean on. The question is, will you be that strong wall, or will you fall into fear with her? The answer, remain calm, unshaken, and steady. Perfection is not the goal of a Stoic man. Balance is. True strength in love comes from accepting imperfection and creating harmony, not from chasing an impossible ideal. 6. Pressure for perfection. Many women feel pressured to be perfect, in appearance, in their career, or as mothers. Seneca said, true honor is not in perfection, but in fighting every day. A Stoic man doesn't constantly praise her for being a superwoman. Instead, he teaches her to be human. How? Instead of just saying, you can do it, when she's struggling, ask, what are you demanding of yourself right now? Is that fair? Epictetus taught, don't demand perfection from everything. Focus on what you can do today. Show her that her worth is not tied to her achievements, but to her authenticity. In our culture, women are expected to do it all, but a Stoic man knows love is not a competition. Marcus Aurelius wrote, life is the art of choosing. Choose understanding over judgment. When you accept her as imperfect, you show you're not afraid to be human too. 7. Overgiving plus Stoic balance. Many women become martyrs in love, giving everything until they are empty. Seneca said, love is not the sacrifice of oneself, it's the enrichment of each other. A Stoic man understands that boundaries are not selfishness, they are respect. Example, if she says, I'm not sleeping anymore because I'm working for our family, don't let her destroy herself. Take action. Stop for now, I'll take over. Marcus Aurelius taught, the greatest gift is leading by example. Show her how to rest without guilt, not by lecturing, but by demonstrating. This is Stoic balance. You don't need to destroy yourself to prove your love. Epictetus said, if there is a good reason, stop. If not, don't try to be a hero. Love is a partnership, not martyrdom. When you set your own boundaries, you teach her to respect herself too. The final message. The ultimate secret? A true Stoic man doesn't build walls, he builds bridges. Bridges that connect two whole people, not two empty ones. Brothers, we don't need to be perfect. Stoicism is not about being cold, it's about being deep. Marcus Aurelius said, what stands in the way becomes the way. Master these 7 traits, and you'll find not only love, but respect. If you want to be a man who can't be shaken by any storm, subscribe now and comment, I'm Stoic. Let's build a new generation of strong men.